Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to have two tasks. The first is to compare the outputs of these three machine translation systems, which we have practiced before. They are Google Translator, DeepL Translator, and the System Translator. They all provide online translation. You have to consider the following criteria to evaluate which one is the best, which one is the worst, okay? So there are 1 to 5 skills to evaluate the adequacy and the fluence. Sometimes the meaning has to be delivered to make it fluent, but how much content is delivered, the adequate has also need to be evaluated. And for the sentence error rate, perfect to absolutely wrong, and in between is acceptable. I can change one later. And there are 3 different levels: good, useful, useless, in terms of the usability. And if post-editing efforts are required, then you got to rank the output of these 3 systems from the best to average to the worst. Okay, here is one poet, Chinese classic. We try to input these 4 sentences to the 3 translation systems and evaluate the output. Okay, it's the first task. And then you search translate. Yeah. Okay. Having this 4 sentences, okay, for them to translate. Okay, one piece of advice: you may need to create a Word file to save the outputs from the 3 different systems in one Word file, so you can evaluate and compare the results from the 3 systems. Okay, create a new Word file.
Save it. Can we save it in the video?
Just to for you to compare results, it's easier because the internet can use result, right? When you see that in order file. Okay, while you have finished the first task, we will move on to the second. A second is that you have to edit and improve the content of the output from the 3 systems. There are 2 methods you should try. The first is light editing. The second is full editing. I have explained the difference in our seminar this morning. So for light posting, you only make required changes to grammar and spelling to ensure that the readers can understand the material. Sometimes you don't have to rewrite sentences unless it is very necessary. Okay, this is light post editing. The second is full post editing. You have to make adjustment to improve style, tone, and culture or other linguistic issues. The examples we have chosen is classic poem, right? So the tone and style needed to be consistent with classic poetry. Make some adjustment to finish the full post editing. Okay, it's a second task. post-editing of the outputs of the 3 machine translation systems. Yeah, each of them. Yeah, translation. I think they don't have the grammar mistakes. This is translation. Grammar is one. Just make sure you say it. I don't need only when it is necessary. When the results are seriously wrong, that we are as for right, that is just to require change to grammar. In case there is a content mistake.
Just use the Python machine.
Yes, the 3 outputs we just got from the 3 systems, active to make revision. So for the 3 systems, I don't think they have any errors in spelling, right? Check if there is content that is missing. Check if there is any content that is missing. Okay. For light post editing. For the full translation post editing, check if the style needs to be modified, change a little bit.
嗰個 class one 嘅 assessment criteria 除咗一字仲有啲嘢，書目係。跟住你嘅努力，我好好努力。
You have watched the jobs you recorded today.
This workshop?
Yeah, yeah.
We will upload it to the YouTube and also on mobile app.
content.
Oh,
Two types. Okay, let me.
edit content.
Yes. So the second task is to edit the output from the three systems. And there are two types of editing. One is what we call light post editing. Only make any changes that you found in grammar or spelling. I doubt there will be any spelling errors, right? Because the systems are well developed. But you can find that if there is any content missing, some of the results are not that sufficiently delivered. So the more details it has, the more comprehensive the picture will be, right? So check if the content is fully delivered. If not, add some details to help it. And then the second type is full machine post editing. That is a higher level of editing. You got to check if the style is consistent with the source text. As you know that we are translating a classic poem, right? So the style and the tone check these two criteria, whether this translation is consistent with the style of the source text.
If I have something, if I have something,
Yeah.
I edit it.
Yeah.
I think the edit.
I think it's not the same as the other things.
Yes.
I think it's interesting about
Other
three sentences because you have mentioned June, right? So it has to be compared with other three sentences.
Yes.
There can be some of the
Other teachers. After,
I think it's an
after,
obvious work part. This is the window for this system.
after the edit.
If this is a, we only have two tasks then, evaluation and editing. Yeah.
So I upload to the what?
Oh,
This
no,
is
no,
up to upload.
no, that's not just- Yes. Some suggestion. The reason we chose poem is that poems, the letters are supposed to be expressed concisely, right? To be consistent in the use of exactly the number of words for each sentence, right? So you have to give more information when you translate poems. It's different. For Chinese classical poetry, the use of words are deliberately concise, right? So for each sentence, there are 8 words. For the other 3 sentences, they only have to use 8 words each. This is a feature of Chinese poem. So in translation, we need to provide more details. Okay. All in all, our purpose is to give a picture, right? To describe it with more details expressed in the source text.
Do I have to sign the form or like
We don't stop there yet. Never suggest to declare that you have done.
you have to sign online?
Yes. Well, I saw a few students have made some interesting change to the poem, which is very good. This exercise is to give some ideas about the output for machine translation. Sometimes are not perfect, or maybe we need to do something to make the content fully delivered, especially from classic Chinese to English, because the features are different. So before we end this workshop, we would like to have your feedback on our workshop. So can you scan this QR code and fill up the query? Well, this is the end of today's workshop. Thank you for joining us. Okay, thank you.